What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Quadcast, the show where we get real, get raw, and get loud about mental health, substance use, and the fight to take our lives back.
Each episode, we're cutting through the stigma, dropping knowledge, sharing stories, and bringing the heat with guests who have lived it and aren't afraid to talk about it.
So turn it up, lock in, and let's break barriers, spark change, and build a community that refuses to stay silent. You're tuned into the Quadcast, and let's get into it.
You can find us on Patreon, Facebook, Instagram, or email us. The Quadcast is always looking for new guests, whether you're individuals that have experienced it, you're in law enforcement, treatment programs, nurses, doctors, or anyone that just has something to say. Come share your story with us on mental health or substance abuse.
Warning, there's cussing in this video. If you don't like swear words, well, you're
watching the wrong damn show.
The biggest thing with this, like with it becoming such a big problem like it is, it's basically creating a basis with your children that it's okay to come to you if this is happening. Because like I said, it goes from 0 to 100, just like the message. All it was a Facebook friend request, and then they start messaging, and it goes, from there. So, they send pictures first, normally, to get, young boys, interested, and which leads to more. But the biggest thing is, you may suffer repercussions later, but let's fix this problem first before we worry about the repercussions,
And it needs to be.
We want to be able to create that environment for the children to feel comfortable talking and coming forward with it. Because if they don't come forward with it, how can we send that to the FBI? How can we give that to the police to run, track down the IP addresses and shut these criminal enterprises down?
Right.
Okay, you're probably going to be in trouble for it, but as you should be. But we don't want to create fear of coming forward and being comfortable in fixing these problems, because there are some of these groups that will actually post these pictures, which can be detrimental for kids.
Absolutely.
Which leads to suicides. But you don't know which criminal enterprise is going to share that until it's done. So like you gotta fight the battles. And
going back to the parents on this, though, not only do I think that this is something that they should be talking to kids about, and bringing up, and that's something that we probably need to delve into and get a whole lot more information and a lot more statistics and different things as a Willing for Hope, so that we can take to the schools when we do mental health discussions and things. That's something that we can bring up. But the parents need educated about this also, to understand and know that, if your child does talk to your child about this, you have to be vigilant at home, and you have to make, like you said, that safe space between a parent and child, or the school, which is their next. That's where they spend the majority of their time at, is in school. They sleep a lot when they're at home, so they spend more time with their counselors. The schools need to step it up and have their counselors have that. Have more events for mental health, have classes for mental health. This all goes back to mental health, to be able to teach them and talk to them about sextortion, so that they feel like they have an amicable relationship between the counselors at school. They spend more time at school than they do at home. They're either at school or they're at a basketball, football, hockey, soccer, dance-off practice,
and
right?
We're not doing that.
No, and that they're not doing enough. I know they're not doing enough at home. Parents aren't doing enough at home, but also we're not creating that space for them, for the ones that don't have it at home. because a lot of people don't just flat out give a shit. It's not that I didn't think to talk to my kid about sextortion, but I love him. They just really could care less. Get away from me. Don't you have basketball practice, or why don't you go get it? The iPad generation, laptop generation, where they just sit it in front of the kid to get them out of their face and use it as like a babysitter. So
Right.
it does fall on us as podcasts and Willing for Hope to put it out there so that people ding,
Right.
or if we have teenagers and stuff listening, they hear this different information and stuff about it and understand that it's not just them, and then find out ways that things they can do. But our school system, man, it really does, like you said, that the kids just don't have that safe space that they need sometimes at home, and that's what makes it so much more important to have it at schools.
But
And
honestly, they don't have that safe space at school.
not very many. I found a few that are exceptional. That's just like a teacher. You might remember your first grade teacher, and the rest of them sucked. You know what I mean? You get that occasional breakthrough, amazing principal, vice principal, teacher, counselor, but it's so far and few in between that you're just missing. All these children are just fumbling through that aren't getting anything. And then that's up to us as adults. They're called dependents for a reason when they're under the age of 18. It's because they depend on us adults to lead them, teach them, and provide for them. And us as a society should be doing that with our children's friends that come over. And obviously, us as parents and aunts and uncles and everything else should be providing it. But it really should be prominent and prevalent in our school systems. That's sad.
And the bad thing is, we talk about you know school age children, but it could happen. This stuff happens to the elderly all the time with the sheriff's department scams, jury duty, and all of that.
Yep.
It's the same kind of shit, just different
Yep.
techniques.
Because you
Uh,
get them and they're not really savvy with electronics and technical and stuff, and they'll call and say, "Oh, Miss So and So, well, they've got my name, they've got my age, they know where I reside, blah 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 blah. There must really be a bill out there they're going to take me to jail for if I don't pay it." And it can scare the shit out of a lot of the elderly and stuff. They take advantage of them all the time. They are vulnerable. Our young children, our elderly, there's a lot of vulnerable
well, I
age
just
groups.
seen, the Whitaker family, don't
Yeah.
you?
Yep. Yep.
Did you see where that arrest took place yesterday?
No, I did not.
Yeah, they arrested one of the guys in for fraud. Uh,
Uh,
he was
uh,
he was profiting off the family. He was supposed to be giving money to the family when he was just pocketing it all.
I did watch something about that not too long ago where they were
Uh,
investigating that.
the guy
But
on Creepalacha, whatever you want to call him,
yeah,
he did a video on it earlier today after the arrest came out.
yeah, I didn't know they made an arrest, but I have seen that several times where people were questioning,
Yeah,
yeah, whether or not he was doing
he
it out
he's
of
followed the guy from Creepalacha. He's followed it all the way through.
as
But I'd seen right before we actually got on the podcast where the state police came out with a statement about the arrest.
wow. Well, I'm glad they shut him down.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
that's what they
they've been
deserve.
they've been investigating it since September.
Well, that's what people like that deserve.
Yeah,
Go to jail, bro. Go to jail.
I'm gonna go to jail. I need a break.
I was going to say that might be you get 3 squares and some quiet time as long as you got your own cell.
I think you can get a iPad now.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
phone time, and you get 3 squares and your clothes cleaned, and
I've been
outside time and gym equipment. You can get your degree while you're in jail. You can get, yeah.
I've been trying.
That's the cure to our homeless population. Let me tell you what. If anything ever happens to me and I become homeless, I'm gonna rob an effing bank. That way, if I get away with it, I'm not homeless. And if I don't get away with it, I'm not
Not a whole bunch.
homeless.
I mean, I guess you have a good point. Hmm.
You just gotta think outside the box. That's
until
sad.
they start calling your bluff.
That's sad to even think that way, but it's true.
Yeah, you're kind
It's
of fucked
true.
up.
It's what?
I said you're kind of fucked up.
You're fucked up. I learned some
Donnie,
stuff from you.
don't even go there. We are live. I cannot say the things I need to be able to say.
Okay. We're gonna.
She said, "I know why you want to go to jail."
uh, no, we've got to maintain. I mean,
Trying,
even though we're
they're trying to
throwing the
bait
F
me
bomb
in.
around, and
Oh, I don't give a shit about that.
we do have to maintain some type of civility while we're on
Yeah.
live.
She said, "Oh, he is." She's trying to bait me into some bullshit.
Yeah.
I ain't falling for it.
Extortion.
Yeah. I
Extortion.
ain't falling for this shit. Might have been born at night, but not last night.
Donnie Stagg. Listen, you have to think before you post on live about how this could affect his mental status, and then once we hang up on live, we could go at him.
She said, "Sure, outside the box."
This is
Box
taking a
in
bad
quotation.
turn. Just, you know what? Can you
It's her
block her?
fault.
Can you block her? Because this is going to take
Hell
a
yeah, I
bad
can block
turn.
her. How do I do that?
You need a moderator. You need a where's your mother? She
See,
needs to be the moderator, and she needs to be scanning these and blocking these
delete,
comments.
hide comment, report comment, suspend for 15,
All
suspend
of
for
the
15
above,
minutes,
Mike. All of the
ban
above.
from
Let her have
page,
it.
ban from all live streams, ban from stream. Which one? What we want to do, Michelle?
All of the above. All of it.
I'm gonna suspend her for 15 minutes.
Okay.
I did too.
Okay. That's
It
what she
removed
gets.
it removed all her comments.
She gonna come back with a vengeance. I just want you to know.
She's gonna be pissed.
She gonna come back. I
bad,
can't believe they suspended me.
bad thing is she's got my phone number.
I can hear her now. Well, you're liable to start getting horrible texts any
If
minute.
I if I don't know if I saved her number, I ought to call her while we're on the street.
No, please don't. No,
I wouldn't put her on speakerphone. Hell no.
thank you,
I know better than that shit.
thank you, thank you. Yeah, you've made a mistake of putting me on speakerphone once or twice, calling
Yeah,
me.
I don't do that shit
You
either.
learned your lesson.
Hell yeah. I ain't no dummy. She can be madder than hell.
Oh yeah, I think it's hilarious. FAFO.
She'd be real pissed if I ban her from all the lives. She'd never be in one again.
She'd start her own live and it would just be to bash you. That would be the podcast. Who hates Mike? Who hates Quadcast? Who hates? She'd just have
That
a.
would be discrimination
How? Why? It's my opinion.
because I'm crippled.
Are you going to pull the cripple card?
Yeah, I'll pull a cripple card.
Are you
No,
serious?
don't fuck around. I will pull that card.
I'll pull the female card.
Okay.
We all got cards. Poor Donnie.
Oh hell, I think she texted me.
Of course she did.
She
You in
did.
trouble. Mm.
She said, "Glad you realized that, fucker. Mission accomplished."
Oh, that's hilarious.
It was only 15 minutes. She also flipped me off.
Yeah, see, that gives her 15 minutes to calculate what she's going to say next. Gives her 15 minutes to prepare.
I said it's only 15 minutes.
Well, Mike,
See?
what else you got coming up on your quad? Who else do you have coming up on one of your next episodes? Do you got
Uh, so
calendar?
yeah, I got my calendar here. So, unfortunately, you today.
Yeah, well, you're welcome.
Let's see who's this. So I've got one coming up next week with a he's a content creator out of Texas.
Okay.
He does motivational and mental health, like just content. He was actually he was an addict for, I can't remember, a certain amount of years.
So he's like rehabilitated,
Yeah, he's actually, I want to
recovery.
say, yeah, I'm gonna find it here. I don't want to misquote it since he's gonna be on the show.
Okay.
That would make me seem like a very bad person.
You think?
Uh, he's 250 days sober New Year's Day.
Oh, congratulations. Awesome.
Um, so, like I said, he's just a mental health and substance content creator. That's what he does to
Okay.
motivate himself. Then
Yep.
I've got a former substance uh, abuser
Hmm.
that if you happen onto Patreon,
Yeah.
I've got two personal videos that he did that he shared with me and allowed me to post that are of his journey. I'm going to sit down with him the day after that, the last guy.
Oh,
Um,
good.
got I've got another correctional officer coming on at the end of the month
Mm-hmm.
for mental health. His dad is actually chief of police in this county at one of our local PDs. I
Yeah.
actually dealt with him when I was a police officer over some traffic citation stuff. Um, and then at the end of the month, the very end, I've got an interview with a spinal cord doctor and
Mm-hmm.
patient of his that is the doctor is actually running a study right now for it's a hypoxia study with spinal cord stimulation
Okay.
from Johns Hopkins, or not Johns Hopkins, Thomas Jefferson University up in Pennsylvania,
Uh-huh.
which is also a study that I'm trying to look into getting into myself.
Yeah.
Um, I've
That's
still
awesome.
got I've still got a couple that are unconfirmed right now.
Mm-hmm.
One is with the one of the special advisors to the Attorney General of West Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
It's his substance advisor. He deals with treatments, treatment facilities,
Yeah.
different things within the substance realm. Um,
Nice.
so I've got that potentially coming up. I've got one with a deputy from Greenbrier County, um, mainly on the sextortion thing. But also he's been um, crimes against children, and now he does domestic violence
Yeah.
cases.
Yeah.
So I've got that potentially coming up this month. Some of these may filter into next month, just due to
Yeah.
fluctuations in people's
Yeah.
schedule.
You've got a lot going on, a lot of them coming up.
Trying to think. Those are really the biggest that I've got coming up.
Mm-hmm. I think that since, right now, legislation is in session, that you should try to get a hold of as many delegates and things that you can to discuss what bills have been presented and what bills that are taking front row and which ones they're like, they tried that before, it don't work. Pass, not
So
wasting time.
the bad thing is with them in session,
Mhm.
they've got so much going on that they're all over the place. But
Yeah.
that is something that I am working on, is getting uh, more time within legislation.
Yeah.
Uh, I I don't want to limit it to a certain party. I don't want to limit it to a certain bill.
Mhm.
Personally, my platform is open to all realms.
Yeah.
Like I said, I've got the spinal cord injury doctor coming on at the end of the month, which is something that's outside of my realm.
Hmm.
Um, not really outside my realm, outside the aspect of the podcast.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's well within my realm.
Yeah.
No pun intended. Uh, but it's a space like that patient reached out to me in my first month of the podcast and said, "Hey, seen your podcast on one of the spinal cord injury pages. I want to come on and talk about that." I'm like,
That's awesome. Yeah.
"Okay, you want to come on? Absolutely."
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not gonna tell you no. If you personally reach out to me and you're like, "Hey, I want to do that," I'm not gonna say no, because in some way we can link it back to mental health.
So I was
Because
getting ready to say,
it
yeah.
is.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
honestly, we can relate it back to substance abuse.
Yeah.
Um, people that are in the spinal cord injury world have just as much uh, ability to use substance in the bad way or have mental
Or
health
pain pill addiction.
pain pill addiction. I'm one of those.
Yeah.
When I came out of the hospital after my 4.5 weeks, I was addicted to Dilaudid
Hmm.
and everything else that went through my body.
Yeah.
Uh, so
Yeah.
at this point in
And-
time, I have an addictive personality.
Mhm.
I'm a user of tobacco.
Yeah.
That's an addictive personality. I
Yeah.
have just the same amount of, uh, you know, ability to turn to any narcotics that was given to me.
Right.
I don't, I personally don't ask for them now, just because I don't want to really put myself in that situation.
Hmm.
I have taken them, don't get me wrong,
Hmm.
but in the back of my head, I have to create a mindset of
You have to be
I have to
strong-willed.
get
You,
off of this.
yeah, you have to have the willpower to do that. And like you said, be in the back of your mind and create that willpower to be strong enough to say, listen, you know what happened last time, or you
But
know where this leads you.
there
And
was
that
a
was a,
time that I would literally, if you would have offered me Dilaudid, I
yeah,
would have taken it, hands down. I would have taken it and not even
wow,
needed it.
yeah,
Just because I remember laying in bed and feeling it literally being administered to me, and I
yeah,
could feel it go in my arm, up my head, and down to my toes and back.
yeah,
I mean, personally, it's the greatest feeling in the world when you're laying in a hospital bed.
yeah, yeah,
But now, if you don't understand that you do have an addictive personality, you're going to fall victim to substance abuse.
you know, not even just having like an addictive personality, but a lot of these drugs that they administer for pain and things like that are addicting to your core, to your system.
Look at
Not up here. I want
look
it.
at
It feels good.
oxycodone.
Yeah.
Look at
You try to
Ocana.
withdraw from that.
Look at
Physically try to
Ocana.
withdraw from
Look
that.
at fentanyl.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
That's a medically administered drug that is pretty commonly administered in a medical setting,
Yep.
but yet we have full out access to it
Hmm.
on the street.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So once you get it and you know what it feels like I said, it's going to feel pretty good. You're going to get it and redo that and replicate that. But, you know, even the ones that get, okay, you have to take to control your knee pain, your back pain, your neck pain, you have to take these oxys or you have to take these roxys every 6 hours, every 8 hours. And then, you know, when you do start to feel better, you go to come off of it, even if it's not up here to where you're like, I want off of these, the withdrawal that your body goes through sometimes won't even allow you, or the sickness, you
Look
know,
at
that you
the
get from it, it a lot of times it's not even mental willpower. But that's exactly what I was going to say. I'm going to end up having to let them out or something.
do what you got to
but
do.
but even the mental will, even you know, that's what I was going to say about the spinal cord thing and them coming on and talking about it. I know through my injury, and I know that you know with your injury, um, it does link 150 million% any type of a body or a traumatic injury like that links to your mental health. And
Look
I'm
at
sure,
the mental health aspect, and not to call you out, but your medical malpractice. Look at the
yeah,
place mentally that it put you in.
That's why I said my injury, my traumatic injury, your traumatic injury. Yeah. And, when I say that I wanted to do this and that, hearing about the children and the elderly and things like that, the 10 and under second lane cause of death really, really eats at me and
Oh, absolutely.
got me hard. But it's personal
That
too.
sounds really
It's
wrong.
what?
No, I ain't gonna repeat it.
Would you stop every time I try to get serious? Is Donnie back online making her little comments?
I don't know. I was on my calendar. I don't know if she's over here or not. I ain't been screening comments or nothing.
But yeah, the mental health issue of it, the mental health part of it, going through an injury or something like that. Oh my gosh, the ups and
Mom
downs.
said, Mom, Mom said he tried to get me to go to a street corner in Atlanta over Dilaudid. I did,
I believe it.
straight up.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
just go down. I was like, it'll be down there on the street somewhere.
Let me let these fools out so
Go
they'll
let
stop
your
barking.
damn dogs out.
Oh my gosh. Hey, put it out.
Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. On the clock. Tonight, I'm gonna see the sunlight. How many people are even on this shit? I don't guess
Crazy is.
Donnie never came back.
Oh, did she not? She's not harassing you on your
Oh
personal
shit,
thing either.
she's back. I literally, as soon as I said that, said Donnie is watching. Damn it!
I
I have to
figured,
ban her again.
I figured she was harassing you on her personal phone too.
That's what she's on. But I was clicked over on my calendar. I wasn't even paying attention if she came back. She's
That's
back.
hilarious.
Damn it! I have to ban her again
Yeah.
because she's gonna be even more mouthier this time. Uh, but yeah, I mean, it's literally everything we've talked about today, or anything we could talk about, can be linked back to mental health or substance abuse in one way
Oh
or
yeah.
another.
100%. Yeah.
And it doesn't even matter the age group, like, but you were saying when we were talking about something I can't remember, but you said they had cut through your abdominal wall in your latest procedure. I had the same thing whenever they put my catheter, my suprapubic in. Um, they cut straight through your abdominal wall.
Yeah.
Whenever they released me from the hospital, they said they gave me no pain medicine whatsoever. They said Tylenol, Tylenol and ibuprofen. I'm
Same.
like, okay, I can deal with that. Like that, but
And
that's
well,
me.
gabapentin. I did get gabapentin. But yeah.
See, I've been on gabapentin for my nerve pain since
Mhm.
I was in the hospital. I
Yeah.
just recently switched off of it to Lyrica,
Oh,
but
okay.
gabapentin, that's a Schedule 3 narcotic now.
Yeah. And I'm on the gabapentin now because when they did this surgery, they nicked the nerve. The sciatica nerve that comes up and goes around the bottom part of the abdomen, they nicked it. And of course, Tylenol, ibuprofen, things like that I could take over the counter. It wasn't doing anything for it. And they
If
did,
it's if that turns into something long term,
yeah,
try Lyrica. When my doctor switched me off gabapentin, I
yeah.
felt so much better. And I'd been on gabapentin for 8 years,
Okay.
and nobody had ever suggested switching, but I literally just switched. I think I'm on my second refill,
Yeah.
and I've felt 10 times better.
Okay.
I have more mobility, less spasms. Like I feel looser. Like it's been a great change. But
Okay.
uh, it any of that is it can be addictive.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, and like you said, anything that we talk about, can circle back around to mental health. You give me any topic, and we can tell you how it links to mental health. Along with the spinal cord injury and things like that. I'm sure that you went through your dark days, like I went through my dark days when I had that leg injury and everything, and that
Yeah.
malpractice. That I mean, I had an attempt
There was
I-
plenty of times I thought about it.
Yeah.
I mean, if I would have, at the lowest part, after my ex fiance and I split,
Yeah.
out in the middle, if it wouldn't have been for not being able to have really any hand function,
Yeah.
I would have probably carried it out.
Yeah.
Just because that's the point that I was at.
Yeah.
Now, do I look back at that and I'm like, damn, that wasn't me? Absolutely.
Right.
But
But when you're in that mental state, that's
yeah,
all that makes sense to you.
I mean that was 7 years ago.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's 7 years of working on my mental health and
Mm.
outlook on life that went into being able to look back and say, hey, that wasn't me,
Yeah.
because you never see that in the time.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Don-
really all that makes sense in the
Donnie
time.
must have learned her lesson.
She being good?
She ain't said shit.
Good. Don't antagonize her.
I'm surprised. She's probably still typing. That's probably what it is.
It's going to be a good one this time. Yeah.
It's going to get us all kicked off here.
I know. It may have been kicked off by now for language. I don't know.
Nah, if people's worried about language, they're in the wrong place. Hi, Sandy. Hi, pumpkin.
There
Got
she
that
be.
white. Got that
There's
white
my
on
boy
lip.
Zeker. She does have some white in her muzzle. Dude, she'll be. I was trying to look back at when I got her, and I think I got her like in 17. She was already 3 years old because she'd already worked in Ireland for a while. So that means she was born in 14, so she'll be 11 this year.
Yeah. I just seen. This is crazy. About 2 months ago, Kayla's sister that retired from Fairmont PD.
Yeah.
She retired in 21, and she just passed away like 2 months ago.
Isn't that crazy? How long's
That
Caleb
was
been gone though?
oh god,
6, 5, 6.
5 years.
Yeah, thought so.
5 years. It's 5 or 6. I would have to pull the date. I
Yeah.
can't remember. I want to say it was 20 or 21 whenever I put her down.
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking it was about 5 or 6 years ago.
I mean, El Pantera was already a year ago, coming up
Mhm.
next month.
That's crazy. You know, I still have people that comment on that thread all the time that are still having
I
issues
see
with
people
Serena.
talk. I see people talking about it outside of your post, and I'm
Yeah.
like, Jesus. But I mean, like I said, I don't know what you do about it. Oh God, Mom's here. We got to finish. We can't let her get in this house.
All right. Well, we can pull the plug.
Well,
Listen,
yeah.
I'm ready to come on and chat and get involved in any podcast that you have. I love it
Okay.
and what you're doing and what you're bringing awareness to and things like that. And anything that
Yeah.
I can help with. And tell your mom we're going to do an event.
Mom,
I'm ready when she's ready.
And that's a wrap for today's episode of the Quadcast.
Remember, breaking stigma doesn't stop when the episode ends. We're building a movement, and you're a part of it. Stay strong, stay aware, and stay connected.
And this is the Quadcast signing out.